All right, I'm very excited about this latest plugin update. It's going to have some exciting new features. You should, by the time you watch the video, you may already have the update, or if you're watching it before Monday, September 26th, 2022, it's still not made available yet, but it will be made available on September 26th, 2022. But I'm going to kind of briefly go over it so you can get an idea what this update entails and what you can expect from it, okay? So the main, they're all pretty big updates, but one thing I want to bring to your attention is the syncing, because this is a very highly requested feature. The sync is very powerful because merchants are always making changes to their Clover inventory. As you know, items change, the modifiers change, the category changes, and it takes time to go back and forth and change it both on the Clover and on the WordPress website or on the Smart Online Order page. So what we did with this update, we now allow these things, which is the items, the categories, modifiers, to change in real time, right? So if you made a change on your Clover inventory, what's going to happen is on the website, it'll change in real time. It may take a few seconds, but pretty much it's in almost real time. And let's suppose you had a bad internet connection on your Clover device or some other issue and it did not sync. We still have the manual sync option. So if it did not sync for some reason due to internet connection or some other issue you may have at your Clover device or with your internet, just come here and do a manual sync. But if everything is working smoothly with your internet, there's no connection disruptions, the auto sync will take effect and it will update in real time. And there's some merchants that I've noticed they don't like auto sync because they want their prices not to sync automatically. You can always disable it by clicking disable. But most people, most merchants have it enabled. So you can enable or disable it from here. All right. So that's the coolest feature that's going to really save you time by not having to go back and forth, especially if you're always changing your prices. For those of you that hardly change your prices, then you will not have to worry about this as much because you're probably syncing it once a year. But those of you that are changing it daily or weekly or monthly, this is going to save you some time. So this is very exciting. So remember, when we first started this, the Smart Online Order app a while back, we had no sync at all. And then we released the item sync. And then later on, as Clover introduced new features that we could implement, we now rolled out the category sync and the items and the modifier sync. Please keep in mind, this does not sync the order types or the taxes, okay? So if you change your taxes, which some business owners do once a year or every few years, then just come here and press update taxes. That's it. Just press update taxes. Your tax will be updated. Make sure to do a test transaction to make sure everything is correct. Or else you'll get a partial payment, which means that it did not sync or you had maybe double taxes. If for some reason you created two tax rates and you want to get rid of one of them, just go to clean inventory and then press, go to clean inventory and go to tax rates, press start, it'll remove if you have like additional tax rates that you no longer use, okay? And remember, you can always use these features. Cleaning inventory does not delete your inventory. It just deletes your old items that are no longer in the Clover. So if you had like, I don't know, let's suppose you had a burrito and then you no longer sell the burrito and you removed it from the Clover but still on the website, it'll remove it from here, okay? So so don't worry about using this. It's just going to remove old stuff that's not on your Clover inventory. And what that means is if it's not on your Clover inventory, you're obviously not selling it anymore, so might as well remove it from the website. So that's just one feature that we have implemented for you guys. Remember, we're always listening to your feedback. We're here to listen to what you guys are asking, and we're adding those features. All right, let's go down the list. As you guys know, we have a loyalty dashboard. We're slowly reaching out to customers and telling them about our new branded iPhone Android app. And now you can access that from here, loyalty dashboard. When you click on it, you log into your loyalty dashboard. Keep in mind, for the time being, it'll have a different login password. But pretty soon, the idea is to kind of merge them into one so that we don't have to log in one more time. But this loyalty dashboard is connected to your iPhone Android app. So what's the iPhone Android app? It's this thing here. We now offer iPhone Android app to all our Smart Online Order customers. So this is pretty exciting news for us because we've had it for some time now, but it's gotten so much better. We have loyalty built into it. It's constantly getting better and better. So if you don't know too much about it, reach out to us and we can give you a demo. or you can just get started. We can build it for you. Keep in mind, it takes about between 7 to 20 business days, depending on when you call or when the time you sign up. So just keep that in mind when you do prepare for that. And then let's go down the list. We have the categories and items. So as you know, you can change the category images from here. You can turn it off and on. You can do the usual stuff. The other cool thing we did was with the custom hours. Now, if I create a custom hours for category, so it says dinner hours here, right? So go back to the category, and let's suppose hot drinks is not available all the time. So I can actually choose which hours that will be available, okay? So it'll default to the Clover business hours, but now you can change to dinner hours. So this thing can only be ordered at that time, okay? So it just works a little bit more in tune with your custom hours, okay? So that's one feature we added. And then the other cool thing is items. This is amazing right here. Previously, you could not change the item name. So before, you could only use the item name that your Clover was using. Now you can change the item name. So I can go over here and I can say, let's say it's called, it actually tells me what it was called here. Let me actually get out of here. Okay, see how it tells me in the Clover, it's called Crumbles, but online it's called Crumbles 4. So let's pick a different item here. Let's pick brownies, okay? So it's called brownies in Clover, but over here I can call it cookies, which I wouldn't recommend doing that because that's a completely different name, but you can if you want to. So you can call it cookies online and then call it brownies inside the store. So your employees, when they ring it up, they see brownies, but your online customers see cookies. So keep that in mind. They don't want to confuse the customer, because if they show up ordering this online as a cookie and they get a brownie, you have to be a little careful with that. So make sure the names are pretty similar. What I would suggest would be like brownie, chocolate brownies or something like that. Right? I don't know, something that's similar to the name. Chocolate brownie, vanilla brownie, something like that. Vanilla brownie. Okay, so something like that. That's the idea. It's not for you to give it a completely different name and then confuse your employees and your online customers and they get different products. But if you ever forget, if you go online one day and you go, what is the vanilla brownie again? Just come back here and then you can see what it is in your Clover right here. That's the original name. Same thing with the categories. You can always, if you ever change the category name and you forgot what you changed it to and you're like, what is that? How did I get this name? Right? Let's say I call this hot drinks 100. Hot drinks. Let's say change the name to cold drinks. So you can know in Clover it's called hot drinks, right? And you call it cold drinks. So again, that's not really good to do that because you're going to confuse the customer. They'll order a cold drink and then get a hot drink, right? You don't want to do that. So call it hot drink or something close to it. Safe. All right. So that's that. And then, of course, the sync is here, but the nice thing about it, the auto sync is going to be working for you behind the scenes. If it doesn't, you can do a manual sync. All right, so let's go ahead and remember, you have announcements here. So announcements are pretty powerful. You can always see what we're up to. You can read our blogs. You can come here and read notifications here. And as you guys know, chargebacks is something that some businesses get depending on their location and demographics and various factors. And people may order something and they don't know they can do a refund, they can do a chargeback. So chargebacks are very complicated, but there's a blog you can read about it. I wrote this blog here. It'll help you understand what a chargeback is. So when you get a chargeback, keep in mind that it's just I wouldn't say it's part of doing business, but I would say you just have to be vigilant too, because if you're not vigilant and then somebody orders $300 worth of burritos, you want to check the ID because that's not a normal order, right? You want to be very careful. But in this update, we did do something to kind of help mitigate that, to lessen that. In your Clover fraud tools, which is, you can actually click on this link, you'll learn more about it. You can now ask for the address when they put their credit card number in. So this will help verify the credit card address also matches with the card on file and the zip code and the CVC. So these are extra steps you can take to reduce chargebacks. Again, even Amazon takes proactive measures with chargebacks. That's why they take a picture of the delivery package with their cameras to make sure people know that it was delivered. So they, even these big corporations, they take preemptive action. And the reason why DoorDash and Grubhub, they don't do chargebacks, or they don't tell you that you got a chargeback, is because they charge you such a high rate. They charge you 15, 20, 30%, and they cover the chargeback, right? But with us, we're not charging you like, those high amounts. So that's why in this case, you just have to kind of be cautious, right, with your chargebacks. There's many techniques you can do, and I wrote some techniques here on how to mitigate that, how to reduce that, and that'll help you out. But with the new feature with the asking the address will help mitigate that. Again, chargebacks usually happen in technology stores. They rarely happen in restaurants, but it can happen. But so you have to be vigilant, okay? So just kind of take proactive measure there. All right, so let's go ahead and go down the list here. The checkout settings, as I mentioned earlier, it'll ask for the address. Oh, service fee, the very, very cool feature. So this service fee is nice, but previously when you did a service fee of $5, it applied it to all order types. Now what you can do is you can say, you know what, I don't want the service fee on curbside pickup, right? I mean, I wrote this message here, by the way. So I can say curbside pickup, there is no service fee for curbside pickup, right? But let's say they come inside the business, and then you're like, you know what, I want service fee for inside the business. So let's say they dine in. For dine in, you want to say, you know what, there's a service fee for this. You can enable it, right here, enable, disable. So this is a cool feature we added. Before, it applied service fee to all the order types. Now you can decide who gets charged service fee and who doesn't. Same thing with taxes. We have had that for quite some time. You can say taxable, yes, no. But service fee is something new. Maybe you don't want to do a service fee for delivery, but you want to do a service fee for pickup. You want to do a service fee for dine-in, not for takeout. So you can do that now, which is pretty cool. And then we did some other tweaks and updates, improvements. WordPress, as you know here earlier, when I went to the dashboard, you saw the WordPress. So we updated it to make it work with the latest version of WordPress. We're always updating, always improving. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, read our blogs. We're always trying to give you updates on what's going on, what we have, just general advice, tips, suggestions, giving you progress updates with our branded app, with our other things we are doing here. Oh yeah, another thing we improved is the coupons. So if somebody tries to use a coupon and then removes the item towards the very end, it'll double check to make sure that they still meet the minimum order amount for that coupon. Because as you guys know, with the coupons, you can set minimum amounts, right? So you can do a minimum amount and a maximum amount, okay? So you see a minimum amount, so they have to meet the minimum amount even all the way through, because what was happening before, they would add a bunch of items to the cart, and then towards the very end, they may remove one item, which now this update will prevent them from doing that. It'll make sure they meet the minimum amount to get the coupon, okay? So that's another thing we did. So again, this is the coolest feature, and the sync feature is probably the biggest feature we have, because you can quickly update the item names and the image. So right, I can click on image and change the image right away. So this is going to make your job much easier to update your images, edit the item name, add a description, right? You can enable out of stock, right? So all these things are done for you right away. All right, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe for more videos, more tips, more tools, and please do check out our branded app out. We have YouTube videos on it. Call for a free consultation. Give us a call, watch a video, book a free meeting, learn more about it, because this is where the future is headed. Millennials, a lot of people like to order from their apps now, and this will give you an extension to get orders, not just from your website, but also from an iPhone, Android app that comes with built-in loyalty. So that's really amazing to know. Loyalty is really powerful to help your customers come back again and again. All right, with that being said, that wraps it up. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.